I don't know of a whole lot of people that have them in the playoffs right now, especially after their loss to the Dolphins in week number 1. We had the Dolphins as a playoff team,
yes,
you and
sir.
I. You looked at the Patriots offense a little bit closer here,
Yeah.
which is good because I don't know that not a whole lot of people are talking about that. The big storyline out of this game was the Dolphins offense, and you did take a little bit of look at that too, and we'll get to that.
Yep.
But, okay, Patriots offense. The coaching has been a question.
Yep.
They don't really have – we don't know who the offensive coordinator – do we even know who's calling the plays at this point?
It looked like it was Patricia on Monday.
But they didn't
Sunday.
say that. But
they didn't say it. But
they showed video of him on
They showed video. It looked like he was the one calling it in a few times.
What if they did that? You know how they have like sometimes like the signals and you got the decoy guy?
Right.
What if on the sideline they have Joe Judge and Matt Patricia both talking into their play sheet at the same time? So you just don't know.
No, I
who's calling
know.
the
I
plays.
don't know what
the decoy guy.
The schematical advantage of that would be, but I hear you.
I just want to see that because that would be really cool. Yeah, exactly. Pete says, which unqualified person is making these play calls? But, okay, so that was the narrative going into the game.
Yeah.
The offense obviously didn't play that well, only scored 7 points in this game. What did you think of the play calling?
Look, their offense looked good in a lot of ways. Okay, and Xavier Howard makes the great interception. All right, so I don't want to say good. Maybe that's an overstatement. But I didn't come away going, oh, man, they're really poorly coached, and, oh, man, they got flaws everywhere. I did not. Still coached really well in the run game. Still looked really well coached in the pass game overall. I think the big thing I took away, and even this aspect of it, like, in the last few years we've talked about the Dolphins with all their crazy looks, right? 11 men up at the line of scrimmage. Who's blitzing? Who's dropping? You don't know what the hell they're going to do. They're great at it, right? They were ready for that. And to the point where we just made of like, I know what you're going to do, and you know what I'm going to do, and all the thing. Well, the Dolphins have a defense coordinator from New England, right? And the Patriots, I had a plan for it. And I think they were thinking and hoping they would get it more. But Josh Boyer of the Dolphins, I think he was really smart to go, wait, these guys are smart over there. Bill's smart. He's not going to let me do this to them. I know he's going to have answers for this. So there was a few times they lined up in this, we're going to bring this crazy blitz defense and all that. And the Patriots got in some formations where, oh, no, they're going to be able to block this up. They got the back, right, like standing behind the center and between the guard and the center, right, so that he can block that guy in between there. And they
were ready.
They got to check it. They checked out of it, the Dolphins. They were like, you're not going to screw us over, Bill. You're not going to do that. So that was impressive. But I think overall the biggest thing that I would talk is just like coach well, have all the basics down, have no problem with, the way they ran routes and all of that. It's the for a lack of a better way, the trickery, the bullshit that they're missing. That's where Josh McDaniels was special. Hey, okay, here's our normal offense, meat and potatoes. That's good. Now we got a 1st and 10. Oh, I know they're going to play this defense, and I got a screenplay that I know they're not going to be able to handle for this. Oh, there's a cheap 12 yards. Oh, here's another just game plan play I came up with during the week where, this is not really part of our meat and potatoes offense, but I got a pretty good feel for them on 3rd down, and I'm creative, and now I'm going to screw you over and get a free 20 yards there. That to me is what they missed in the game. There was nothing there. That's where I looked at to go, they were cheap yards. Every play was Mac Jones, just running the offense and boom, 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 and there was nothing to ever give them an advantage. And even when they got behind, it was just like, run go routes, and you'll just throw it on the money and hit a go route. And he hit one down the left sideline to Kedrick Bourne. But I think that was the thing that jumped out to me more than anything is just, we know they're not super, super playmaker heavy on their offense as far as players. Now they got to have the coaches come up with some ways to get the offense some cheap yards. And that's where I think they miss McDaniels. And that's the thing I think that jumped out to me more than anything.
There were some things you liked. You thought Nelson Aguilar looked fast.
He did look fast, yes.
Thought the running backs looked good.
Yes, they did.
Thought the offensive line looked good.
Yeah, for the most part, really did. Pass protection, okay, I wish they were a little bit better, but for the most part, it was pretty damn good.
How about Mac Jones?
Jones, too. I liked the way I didn't look at it and go, oh, man, Mac looks quick. They ask Mac to make high-level throws, It's not dink and dunk. He was throwing the ball down the field. He's throwing 15-yard out routes, all of that. So, that was all good. It's just, I don't know if they're talented enough to where they can just play it so close to the vest and normal. They got to find some ways for trick plays, cheat plays, creative plays, whatever you want to call it, just to help them get some momentum and get some cheap yards every now and then, so they don't have to go 12 plays, 85 yards, seven yards at a time, right? It's just too hard. And that's where I'm going to be looking as we go forward here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.